and for the fourth Saturday of September 2025. A few stray thoughts. And a few general remarks. And a few points of view. By way of a roundup of the week. All my own musings. Like, everyone is chanting, rain, rain go away. My friend says, in Pune cops are not allowing singing Megh Malhar. Like, heavy rains have submerged Kolkata. Even parched regions are experiencing floods. But Emperor Trump has dubbed climate change as hoax. Like, Uttar Pradesh has banned use of caste identity. Historic move. Uttar Pradesh government bans caste references in police records, public spaces. Acting on the directives of the Allahabad High Court, the Uttar Pradesh government on Monday ordered a complete ban on caste-based references in police records and at public places, to end caste discrimination in the state. The order further directs that caste symbols, slogans, and references displayed on police station notice boards, vehicles, or signboards must be removed immediately. Additionally, caste-based rallies have been prohibited across the state, with law enforcement tasked to ensure strict monitoring of social media platforms to prevent violations. However, the government has clarified that exemptions will apply in cases filed under the Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act, where identifying caste remains a necessary legal requirement.
Now, days after Allahabad High Court issued a directive for removal of caste-based references in public spaces and police records, the Uttar Pradesh government has acted. The Yogi Adityanath government has ordered the immediate removal of all caste references from police records and public notices and has instructed that vehicles displaying caste-based stickers or slogans be fined under the Motor Vehicles Act. This order, issued to all police units and district administrations, is in compliance with a September 16 Allahabad High Court judgment that was aimed at eliminating caste-based discrimination. The High Court in its judgment in fact said, declaring the caste of an accused without legal relevance amounts to identity profiling, adding that it reinforces prejudice, corrupts the public opinion, contaminates judicial thinking, violates fundamental rights and undermines constitutional morality. Now, citing the High Court directive, the state government's order also has prohibited caste-based political rallies, saying they are contrary to public order and national unity.
Yadav gets tensed.
समाजवादी पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष और पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री अखिलेश यादव ने योगी सरकार के हालिया फैसले पर सख्त टिप्पणी की है, जिसमें नाम में जाति का उल्लेख, नेम प्लेट, एफआईआर और अन्य दस्तावेजों में जाति न लिखने का आदेश दिया गया। इलाहाबाद हाईकोर्ट के निर्देश पर लिए गए इस निर्णय को लागू करने के लिए सरकार ने मुख्य सचिव दीपक कुमार के माध्यम से आदेश जारी किए हैं। अखिलेश यादव ने अपने पोस्ट में 5 प्रमुख सवाल उठाए, जो योगी सरकार की नीति पर सवालिया निशान लगाते हैं। उन्होंने पूछा, 5000 सालों से मन में बसे जातिगत भेदभाव को दूर करने के लिए क्या किया जाएगा? वस्त्र, वेशभूषा और प्रतीक चिन्हों से जाति प्रदर्शन को मिटाने के लिए क्या कदम उठाए जाएंगे? किसी से मिलने पर नाम से पहले जाति पूछने की मानसिकता को खत्म करने के लिए क्या उपाय होंगे? किसी का घर धुलवाने जैसे जातिगत भेदभाव को समाप्त करने और झूठे आरोप लगाकर बदनाम करने की साजिशों को रोकने के लिए क्या योजनाएं? ये सवाल समाजवादी पार्टी के नेता ने योगी सरकार की मंशा पर सवाल उठाते हुए पूछे हैं, जो सोशल मीडिया पर तेजी से वायरल हो रहे हैं।
There's nothing wrong with asking questions, but you must be willing to accept the answers to those questions. It's fine to ask these 5 questions, but when thousands of studies answer that caste and caste system is a scourge and must be eliminated, you have to accept that answer, and drop the caste name from your name as well. The next best thing that has happened. The Election Commission's action of delisting the registered unrecognized political parties. RUPPs? Delisting of registered unrecognized political parties. Election Commission delists 474 registered unrecognized political parties for failing to contest any election over past 6 years. Election Commission's order regarding delisting of registered unrecognized political parties pertaining to the states and union territories have been sent to the chief electoral officers of all states and union territories for necessary action. Election Commission in its order has stated that the delisted RUPPs shall not be eligible to avail any benefit under the provisions of Section 29B and Section 29C of the Representation of the People Act, 1951 read with the relevant provisions of the Income Tax Act, 1961 and the Election Symbols, Reservation and Allotment, Order, 1968. Election Commission further stated in its order that any party aggrieved by the order may appeal to the Commission within 30 days of the order. The challenges Election Commission faced. EVM was introduced in 2004 nationwide. Elections for 2009, 2014, 2019, and 2024 were held through EVM. EVM is still the scapegoat, fall guy whenever an individual or a party loses elections. Of course, when a person wins, EVM is a hero. This will probably continue. Recently, the Supreme Court dismissed a PIL which sought reintroduction of ballot papers in place of electronic voting machines and voter verifiable paper audit trail, VVPAT. SC emphasized that EVMs are often questioned only in the wake of electoral losses, reaffirming confidence in their mechanism and the safeguards in place. The next target was the EVM VVPAT verification case. Supreme Court rejected plea for 100% EVM VVPAT verification and paper ballot voting. SC upholds integrity of electronic voting, rejects demand for 100% verification. The next big challenge for the Election Commission was the electoral bond case. Electoral bonds. Constitution Bench Judgment Summary. On February 15, 2024, a 5-judge Constitution bench led by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud unanimously struck down the Union's 2018 electoral bonds scheme. The bench held that the scheme violated the voter's right to information enshrined in Article 19(1)(a) of the Constitution. Information about funding to a political party is essential for a voter to exercise their freedom to vote in an effective manner, they said. Political parties approached Supreme Court in EVM, VVPAT, electoral bonds case etc.
But now, in the vote chori allegations, political parties refuse to file a legal complaint.
Political parties are leveling allegations against Election Commission and fighting it out in the elections. A new challenge for Election Commission.
Vote chori campaign. Vote chori campaign.
I'd like to say one last thing, that do not think that we are fighting a fair fight. There is no fairness in this. If you believe that we are fighting a political organization called the BJP, that we are fighting a political organization called the RSS, you have not understood what is going on. The BJP and the RSS have captured every single institution of our country. We are now fighting the BJP, the RSS and the Indian state itself.
Kerala's Guruvayur temple conducts cleansing after non-Hindu vlogger enters pond.
This social media influencer landed in trouble after she posted a reel from a Kerala temple. One of the reasons for the controversy is her religion, and what followed were purification rituals by the temple. Jasmine Jaffar, who has over 180k followers on Instagram and 1.6 million subscribers on YouTube, was seen in Bigg Boss Malayalam Season 6, where she emerged as the second runner-up. On 20th August 2025, she posted a reel on social media from the Guruvayur Sri Krishna temple in Kerala. In the video, she was seen rinsing her feet at the temple pond and walking through the temple corridor. What seemed like a casual clip to her turned into a controversy when the video went viral. Temple authorities pointed out that she violated temple customs. They said the temple pond is prohibited area for non-Hindus. The pond is considered sacred and used by priests before performing rituals. They added that there's a ban on filming videos or clicking pictures. The Kerala High Court banned all videography and photography in the temple's outer courtyard and other restricted zones of the temple in 2024, except when it's for wedding functions or approved religious ceremonies. After Jasmine's video went viral, the temple authorities lodged a complaint with the local police, demanding action against Jasmine. Jasmine deleted the video after the backlash and apologized by saying, "I understand that a video I made caused distress. It was never my intention to hurt anyone or create controversy. I sincerely apologize for the mistake that happened out of ignorance." Temple officials said they'd conduct purification rituals from 26th August, which involved 6 days of pujas. While religious places might have their respective rules, prohibiting certain outfits, elements, behaviors, or people on premises, filming videos at religious places wasn't a violation of law in itself. Also, some Hindu temples in India can legally restrict entry based on faith, if it's backed by court orders or temple rules.
India imposes curfew in Ladakh after statehood protests turn violent. Statehood protest takes violent turn in Ladakh, BJP office set ablaze in Leh, 4 killed in police firing. Activist Sonam Wangchuk, who has been leading protests for statehood and the 6th schedule, asks youth to stop this nonsense.
दोस्तों, आज हमारे अनशन के 15वें दिन ये बताते हुए बहुत दुख हो रहा है कि आज लेह शहर में कुछ बड़े पैमाने पर हिंसा और तोड़फोड़ होने लगी। कई कार्यालयों को तोड़ा गया, आग लगा दी गई और गाड़ियों को पुलिस के आग लगा दी गई। इससे पहले मैं आपको ये बताऊं कि कल यहाँ पर जो 35 दिन के अनशन पे बैठे थे उनमें से 2 लोग अस्पताल में उन्हें ले जाना पड़ा बहुत गंभीर स्थिति में। इससे लोगों में बहुत रोष जागा और आज पूरे लेह में बंद की घोषणा की गई और फिर युवा पीढ़ी हजारों की संख्या में बाहर आ गए। कुछ लोग सोचते हैं कि ये हमारे समर्थक थे। मैं कहूँगा हमारे समर्थक से ज़्यादा, हालांकि समर्थक पूरा लद्दाख है इस मुद्दे पर लद्दाख के, मगर ये युवा पीढ़ी का बड़ास था, एक तरह का जेनजी रेवोल्यूशन जो कि उनको सड़कों पे लाया। 5 सालों से वो बेरोजगार हैं, एक के बाद एक बहाने करके उन्हें नौकरियों से बाहर रखा जा रहा है और फिर लद्दाख को संरक्षण नहीं दे रहे हैं। मैं हमेशा बोलता आया हूं कि ये नुस्खा है समाज में अनरेस्ट का, सोशल अनरेस्ट का, कि आप बिना कामकाज के युवा को रखें और उनके जो लोकतांत्रिक अधिकार हैं उनको भी छीन लें ना। आज यहाँ पर कोई लोकतंत्र का मंच नहीं है और 6वां शेड्यूल जिसकी घोषणा की थी, वचन दिया था, वो भी नहीं माना गया। फिलहाल मैं इनमें नहीं जाना चाहूँगा। मैं अपील करता हूँ लद्दाख के युवा पीढ़ी से कि वो जो भी हो इस रास्ते पर न चलें, हिंसा के रास्ते पर। ये मेरे 5 साल के कोशिशों को नाकाम कर देता है। अगर हम इतने सालों से अनशन कर रहे हैं, शांति से पदयात्रा कर रहे हैं और फिर अंत में अगर हिंसा कर बैठे तो ये हमारा रास्ता नहीं है। इसलिए मैं फिर युवा पीढ़ी से हाथ जोड़कर विनती करता हूं कि हम शांति के ही रास्ते से सरकार को कहें और सरकार भी, मैं चाहता हूं कि शांति के संदेश को सुने। जब वो शांति को अनसुनी कर दें, 1 बार अनशन, 2 बार अनशन, 5 बार तक अनशन करे कोई, लेह से दिल्ली तक पैदल चले आए शांति से और उसका भी कोई अनसुना कर दे तो फिर इस तरह के हालात आते हैं। इस समय मैं सरकार से कहूंगा कि वो संवेदनशील हो लद्दाख के बारे में और युवा पीढ़ी से कहूंगा कि वो शांति के रास्ते पे चले। मैं पूरे देश से ये बताना चाहता हूं कि ये रास्ता मेरा दिखाया हुआ नहीं है, ये उनके बड़ास का एक परिणाम है, मगर ये बड़ास निकालने का समय नहीं है। शांति से, ठंडे दिमाग से सरकार के साथ वार्तालाप करने का समय है। आज बस इतना ही, अभी बस इतना ही। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Sonam Wangchuk detained under NSA and shifted to Jodhpur. The Directorate of Information and Public Relations, Ladakh, said in a statement that, time and again, it has been observed that Wangchuk has been indulging in activities prejudicial to the security of the state and detrimental to maintenance of peace and public order and services essential to the community.
Sonam Wangchuk was detained in Leh today. Police said he was detained before a planned press conference. Local officials claim Wangchuk played a role in the unrest. They allege his statements encouraged crowds to act violently, leading to some protesters targeting government buildings. The government has also taken action against organizations linked to him. It cancelled the FCRA license of his NGO. The Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, or FCRA, was passed in 2018 and is a law that governs how Indian organizations can receive money from abroad. If the license is revoked, that organization cannot legally accept foreign funds. The CBI has also opened an inquiry into his institute for alleged violations of this law. Wangchuk has denied the allegations. He says he is being made a scapegoat.
BJP uses Congress MP's entitlement post to attack Rahul Gandhi.
BJP has latched onto Congress MP Manish Tiwari's remarks about the recent Gen Z uprising in South Asian countries to mount an attack on Lok Sabha leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi. Entitlement is no longer acceptable to Gen X, Y, Z, posted Manish Tiwari on X. The post sparked instant reaction from the BJP camp, with party's IT department head Amit Malviya branding Congress MP Rahul Gandhi as the ultimate Nepo kid of Indian politics. Congress MP Tiwari cited the recent uprisings in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Nepal, which led to the ouster of the present governments, to say that entitlement is no longer accepted to the public. The toppling of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa in Sri Lanka in July 2023, Sheikh Hasina in Bangladesh in July 2024, KP Sharma Oli in Nepal in September 2025, and now the protests against Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in Philippines, have one word written over them: entitlement is no longer acceptable to Gen X, Y, Z, Tiwari posted on X.
अरे कहना क्या चाहते हो?
BJP's Amit Malviya was quick to link Tiwari's post with Rahul Gandhi, calling him the Nepo kid of Indian politics. Malviya claimed that Congress leaders were fed up of Gandhi. Senior Congress leader Manish Tiwari, member of the G23 rebel group, takes aim at Rahul Gandhi, the ultimate Nepo kid of Indian politics. Forget Gen Z, even Congress's own veterans are fed up with his regressive politics. The revolt is now from within. Malviya posted on X.
Breaking news. Next news item. Oh, it's breaking fast. Next news item. Blink and it's gone.
Outcome of glorifying Gen Z violence?
Major move, the United Arab Emirates has temporarily suspended the issuance of tourist and work visas for citizens of 9 countries effective immediately. UAE has banned visas to nations like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Libya, Yemen, Somalia, Lebanon, Cameroon, Sudan and Uganda. While these restrictions do not apply to those already holding valid UAE visas, new applicants from these countries, including Bangladesh, will not be accepted in UAE until further notice. Authorities have not provided an official explanation to why they've banned these countries, but analysts suggest that safety, political and health concerns may have driven this decision. The move has already shifted travel patterns now, with citizens from affected nations looking towards visa-free destinations such as Turkey, to go from Turkey and neighboring Gulf countries into UAE if they want to. Travel experts say that the ban has reshaped the landscape for tourists and workers, while it remains unclear when this ban will be lifted and why it was exactly imposed in the first place. Affected travelers must now, of course, carefully plan. But Bangladesh being put in this list is certainly a shocker, and it appears after the political upheaval there and an interim government in place, keeping the nation in tender hooks. It seems like UAE has decided to ban Bangladeshis now.
Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will remain the BJP's unquestioned choice for leadership in the coming years, 2029 and 2034, declaring there is no vacancy for the PM's post for many elections to come.
जब राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष डॉक्टर मुरली मनोहर जी जोशी थे, उस समय जो उन्होंने यात्रा की थी पूरे भारत की, उस दौरान उसके कन्वीनर के रूप में मोदी जी ही दायित्व निभा रहे थे। उस समय उनसे हमारी भेंट झांसी में हुई थी और झांसी में जोशी जी के बोलने के पहले उन्होंने 1-2 मिनट 4 मिनट तक अपने भी विचार व्यक्त किए थे और मैंने देखा कि उनको विषय को प्रस्तुत करना और उनकी बोलने की शैली ये सब बहुत ही प्रभावी थी, ऐसा मैंने अनुभव किया। तो मुझे लगा कि जो बीजेपी की लीडरशिप है उसमें कोई एक फ्यूचर है तो मोदी जी हैं। मेरे मन के अंदर उसमें भाव पैदा हुआ। 2006 से जनवरी से ही मैं राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष रहा, तो उस समय तो हमारी भेंट मुलाकात बराबर होती रही है और मैंने उस समय भी राष्ट्रीय कार्यकारिणी में भी देखा कि उनके सुझाव बहुत ही उपयोगी हुआ करते थे, बहुत ही सटीक और सांगठनिक दृष्टि से भी जो कि प्रासंगिक कहे जाएं ऐसे सुझाव उनके हुआ करते थे। पर्सनल डिसिप्लिन का जहां तक सवाल है, इलेक्शन कैंपेन समाप्त हुआ, समाप्त होने के बाद फिर वो आए हमारे यहाँ, मैं सोखा रोड पर रहता था रेजिडेंस पर, अध्यक्ष जी आपको अपना रिपोर्ट कार्ड देने आया हूं, मैंने अपना कैंपेन का काम पूरा कर दिया जो दायित्व तो आपने दिया था। तो इस प्रकार के डिसिप्लिन वो पॉलिटिकल वर्कर थे और अपनी टीम के साथ बराबर जो जॉली मूड में रहते हैं। कभी कोई बाहर देखे लोगों को लगता होगा कि इतना वर्कलोड है, ये है, बड़े वो तनाव में रहते होंगे, ऐसा नहीं। मोदी जी को इस रूप में मैंने नहीं देखा। एक से एक किस्से और कहानियां आज भी सुनाते हैं, बहुत ही आनंद की अनुभूति होती है उस समय संगठन के काम करने में भी। मैंने जब वो प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बने थे, जब वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर वो इलेक्शन कैंपेन कमेटी के चेयरमैन जब घोषित हुए थे उस समय भी, और फिर बाद में प्राइम मिनिस्टर कैंडिडेट घोषित हो जाने के बाद लगभग देश के 17-18 राज्यों में हमारा उनका साथी दौरा हुआ था। तो उस समय भी इलेक्शन कैंपेन को कैसे आगे बढ़ाना, क्या करना, इसमें तरह तरह के सुझाव दिया करते थे जो कि वास्तव में कैंपेन को प्रभावी और सफल बनाने की दृष्टि से बहुत ही उपयोगी थे। जब मुझे बाद में मालूम हुआ कि उन्होंने कई विदेश यात्राएं पहले ही कर ली हैं, मैंने मुख्यमंत्री होकर बनने के पहले ही जब संगठन की जिम्मेदारी निभा रहे थे उस समय भी।
Farewell to MiG-21. MiG-21 flies through Indian skies for last time. Rajnath Singh terms it national pride. The last of the MiG-21 jets, belonging to No. 23 Squadron, nicknamed Panthers, are being given a farewell at the decommissioning ceremony at the Chandigarh Air Force Station.
भारतीय वायुसेना की आन बान और शान कहे जाने वाले फाइटर प्लेन मिग-21 को आज अंतिम विदाई दी गई। मिग-21 भारत का पहला सुपरसोनिक फाइटर जेट है, ध्वनि की गति से भी तेज उड़ता है। 6 दशक पहले वायुसेना में शामिल हुआ। 1971 के युद्ध में पाकिस्तान पर कहर बरपाया। पहला मिग-21 चंडीगढ़ में 1963 में उतरा था। पलक झपकते ही मैक 2 की स्पीड, इसकी ताकत है। करगिल युद्ध में भी दुश्मन को इसने धूल चटाई थी। तो ये 4 तस्वीरें आप देख रहे हैं मिग-21 की।
मेरे मन में इस समय एक गौरव की भावना भी है, वहीं एक तरफ कृतज्ञता की भावना भी है। साथियों, आज जब हम मिग-21 को इसकी ऑपरेशनल जर्नी से विदाई दे रहे हैं तो मुझे लगता है हम एक ऐसे अध्याय को विदा करने जा रहे हैं जो न केवल इंडियन एयरफोर्स के इतिहास में बल्कि हमारी पूरी मिलिट्री एविएशन की जर्नी में गोल्डन लेटर्स में लिखा जाएगा। मिग-21 केवल एक एयरक्राफ्ट या मशीन भर ही नहीं है, बल्कि यह भारत और रशिया के बीच गहरे संबंधों का एक प्रमाण भी है। साथियों, एक तरफ तो मिलिट्री एविएशन का खुद का जो इतिहास है वह अपने आप में इनक्रेडिबल है ही, दूसरी तरफ मिग-21 ने मिलिट्री एविएशन की जर्नी में कई और प्राउड मोमेंट्स यानी गौरव के क्षण जोड़े हैं। दुनिया के मिलिट्री एविएशन के इतिहास में ऐसा कोई फाइटर जेट नहीं हुआ जो इतनी बड़ी संख्या में निर्मित हुआ हो।
Like, I think Rajnath Singh is the most lackluster minister in central cabinet. Agree? Don't use public money to construct statues, says Supreme Court. It is not permitted. Why are you using public funds for glorifying your former leaders? the bench said during a brief hearing.
Strong rebuke from the Supreme Court to the Tamil Nadu government. The Supreme Court has disapproved the Tamil Nadu government's plan to install a statue of former Chief Minister M. Karunanidhi at a market in Tirunelveli district, making it clear that public funds cannot be used for glorifying political leaders. On Monday, September 22nd, a bench of Justices Vikram Nath and Prashant Kumar Mishra rejected the state's plea seeking permission to install a bronze statue and name plug at the entrance of the Valliyur vegetable market. During the hearing, the court asked the state government, "Why are you using public funds for glorifying your former leaders?" The Tamil Nadu government, represented by senior advocate P. Wilson, stated that 30 lakh rupees had already been spent on constructing the arch, but the court refused to accept this reasoning and dismissed the plea. After hearing the argument, the Supreme Court allowed the Tamil Nadu government to withdraw its petition so it could approach the High Court for relief. And this isn't the first time, as the Madras High Court had ruled against the installation of statues in public places, stating that such permissions cause inconvenience to the general public, including traffic congestion. The High Court had instead suggested that the government consider creating a leaders' park where statues and information about prominent figures could be placed in a way that allows people, particularly the youth, to engage with their ideas and ideologies without causing public disruption. By dismissing the state's challenge, the Supreme Court has reinforced the principle that while political leaders may be remembered, taxpayer money and public spaces cannot be used for their glorification. For now, Karunanidhi's statue will not come up at the Valliyur vegetable market. The larger debate, however, on how India remembers its leaders in public spaces continues.
Supreme Court had earlier ordered buildings which had violated rules to be demolished. Probably Supreme Court should also order demolition of statues which violate SC order. Supreme Court judge says it's high time to decriminalize defamation. The remark mirrors the apex court's anxiety over the ramped-up use of the criminal defamation law, and reopens the question as to whether defamation of any person by a private person can be treated as a crime, for it does not subserve any public interest. After 200 crore bomb on Minister, Prashant Kishore gets 100 crore notice. Bihar Minister Ashok Chaudhary has sent a 100 crore defamation notice to Jan Shuraj chief Prashant Kishore over his allegations that the JDU leader illegally acquired land worth 200 crore in the past 2 years. In his notice, Chaudhary accused Kishore of making false and misleading allegations. Chaudhary said Kishore should either provide proof of his allegations or tender an unconditional apology within 1 week of the receipt of the defamation notice. How long will you go on dragging these cases? Time has come to decriminalize defamation, says Supreme Court. The court questions prolonged criminal defamation cases and calls for reconsideration of law.
"73-year-old Congress leader Prakash Mama Pagar posted the morphed image of PM Modi. This angered BJP workers and led to a row.
Congress leader Prakash Mama Pagar, who is 73 years old, had posted the morphed image of Prime Minister Modi recently, angering BJP workers, and led to a row. Pagar, dressed in a white kurta, pajamas and polished black shoes, was caught off guard when BJP workers surrounded him. They forcibly draped him with a brand new sari, worth Rs 5,000, purchased earlier that day from a local cloth shop.
ज्याचे कर्म तैसे फळ देतो रे ईश्वर जैसे ज्याचे कर्म तैसे फळ देतो रे ईश्वर
Justice Manmohan, Justice Pankaj Mittal, friends from the General Counsel Association of India, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to come here and speak to all of you here. The idea behind my talk will be to give you a somewhat broader economic perspective of the legal system and how I, as a policymaker, think about this. So I will be somewhat critical, but hopefully you will take it in the right spirit, because we are in this boat together. So as many of you know, that India is just this year become the world's 4th largest economy. We are still the fastest growing economy in the world. In about 24 months' time, we will become the world's 3rd largest economy. Then of course it's a long slog to the other big two. Nevertheless, let it also be clear that the way our demographics is set up, we effectively have somewhere between 20 and 25 years to become Viksit Bharat. Effectively, this is the period in which we basically have to make it. After that, we will grow old. Just like Japan, just like Europe today, we too will grow old. So this is the 2 decades in which we have to grow as rapidly as we can, in the hope that we are at least upper middle class, rather may not become really rich, but and that is an important thing that we need to do, because this is a national opportunity for us, not just as a country, but as a civilization to come back. But in this, the legal fraternity really has to play a role. And the reason for this is, I'm afraid, the judicial system and the legal ecosystem, but the judicial system in particular, is now, in my view, the single biggest hurdle to becoming Viksit Bharat and growing rapidly. I've said this before, and I'm saying it again. So it's not something I'm saying for the first time. The inability to enforce contracts in time or to deliver justice is now such a major constraint that I'm telling you, if we do not see a major overhaul of the entire legal ecosystem, it will not matter what else we are doing in the rest of the system. And the physical infrastructure will get, 5-6 years, it will become good enough. Maybe we need to upgrade our cities. All of that we'll manage. But the legal system really has to be fixed. And let me show you what happens as a result, just as a policymaker, when we are making rules and regulations. We suffer from what is called the 99-1 problem. What is the 99-1 problem? It's the following. You see, when you're making rules, regulations, policies, 99% of those rules, regulations, policies, the bulk of it, is really reflects the problems of 1% of misuse, that 1% of dispute, and so on and so forth. Now, in any functioning system, that 1% of exceptions should actually get sorted out by the legal system. But because I do not think it will get sorted out there, all the rest of the 99% of laws, rules, regulations, and all kinds of complicated things that I have to do is effectively to take care of that 1%. And of course, it feeds back into itself, into a spiral. And so now we have ended up with the complicated system further creating its own complications and so on. So we really have to do something about this. And here, of course, everybody will talk. I'm sure the others will speak about the legal processes that need to be radically changed. But I think we need, first of all, a cultural change, a cultural acceptance, which the legal profession needs to have about the problems that it faces, rather than to have the rather self-congratulatory tone which one tends to hear in conferences like this.
है खुदा हर फैसला तेरा मुझे मंजूर है खुदा हर फैसला तेरा मुझे मंजूर है सामने तेरा बंदा बहुत मजबूर है।
Wipro founder and chairman Azim Premji has declined to open the company's campus to outside traffic for use as a thoroughfare, after Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah sought cooperation to decongest roads in the area.
Wipro founder Chairman Azim Premji, who's declined Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's proposal to allow access through the company's campus and Outer Ring Road. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had actually written to Azim Premji requesting access for vehicles into the company property, into their roads to ease some of the traffic on Outer Ring Road. Azim Premji has replied saying that the company's roads, it's private property and so is not intended for public use. So Azim Premji there shooting down the request that's come in from the Karnataka Chief Minister. The government is trying to figure out exactly how they can address the Outer Ring Road crisis in Bengaluru, because remember, it was over this that there was this huge controversy when a company called Blackbuck, the CEO said we're shifting our office out of Bellandur because ORR is such a mess, because the Outer Ring Road is jammed up. They thought of a solution which is to go through the Wipro campus, but that's something that's now been shot down by Azim Premji.
Political war in Tamil Nadu.
To DMK versus Vijay war, which now gets ugly and very personal. DMK MLA has said Vijay can't even name 50 TVK cadres.
The political conflict between the DMK and actor Vijay's TVK in Tamil Nadu has intensified, with a DMK MLA making a personal threat. The MLA stated that if Vijay fails to name 50 of his party's cadres, he will take a whip and crack Vijay on his back. This follows a series of accusations by Vijay during his campaign tour in Nagapattinam, where he alleged a lack of a fisheries university and environmental protection. Vijay also claimed the government imposes excessive restrictions on his rallies, unlike those for the Prime Minister and Home Minister. The DMK government has fact-checked these claims, stating that similar restrictions, including 20 specific rules on April 9 of last year, were also in place for the Prime Minister's visit. Vijay, who was on a statewide tour until December, has also made personal remarks, referring to the 70-year-old chief minister as Stalin uncle.
Like, PM inaugurating Rewari payouts for women in Bihar doesn't augur well for economy.
आज आपके दो भाई नरेंद्र और नीतीश जी मिलकर आपकी सेवा, समृद्धि और आपके स्वाभिमान के लिए लगातार काम कर रहे हैं।
पीएम मोदी ने बिहार में की मुख्यमंत्री महिला रोजगार योजना शुरू। बीते दिन पीएम नरेंद्र मोदी ने बिहार राज्य में मुख्यमंत्री महिला रोजगार योजना की शुरुआत की है। इस योजना के तहत राज्य की 75 लाख महिलाओं को 10,000 सीधे उनके बैंक खातों में ट्रांसफर किए जाएंगे। इस पहल का मकसद महिलाओं को आर्थिक रूप से सशक्त बनाना और उन्हें स्वरोजगार या छोटे व्यवसाय शुरू करने में मदद करना है। इसके अलावा सरकार यह भी सुनिश्चित करेगी कि महिलाओं को रोजगार के लिए ट्रेनिंग और बाकी सुविधाएं भी उपलब्ध हों।
Like, Karnataka High Court has stayed Karnataka government's decision to cap film ticket fares.
Filmgoers must keep an eye out for this one, as the Karnataka High Court has stayed the state government's new rule that capped movie ticket prices at 200 rupees. The cap was introduced through the Karnataka Cinemas Regulation Amendment Rules of 2025 and applied to most theatres except certain premium screens with limited seating. The order was challenged by multiplex owners and producers who argued that the government had no authority under the Cinemas Act to fix ticket prices. They also pointed out that such a cap ignores rising costs of running theatres, including rent, infrastructure and technology, and restricts their constitutional right to carry on business under Article 19(1)(g). The state, on the other hand, defended the rule as a measure in public interest, claiming it was meant to ensure cinema remains affordable for ordinary people. For now, the High Court has put the rule on hold, meaning the 200 rupees ceiling will not apply until the case is decided. The final outcome will determine whether the state can regulate ticket prices in this way.
Like, isn't judges deciding judges' pension a case of being a judge in one's own cause? Just asking. Like, government is going to probe builder-banker nexus. What about other unspoken nexuses? Don't they too need to be probed?
In a landmark step, the Supreme Court has cleared the CBI to file 6 more FIRs in the Builder Bank Nexus probe, adding to the 22 cases already underway. In fact, the scam that spans Mumbai, Bengaluru, Kolkata, Mohali, Prayagraj and NCR. The modus operandi worked like this. Banks leased loan amounts straight into builders' accounts under subvention schemes. Builders promised to pay EMIs until the flats were handed over to the buyers. But when the builders defaulted, the banks then turned to the home buyers and said, you pay the EMIs, even before they actually had the home in their hands. Now, projects remain incomplete for decades almost. Many of the builders there have faulted. Families have ended up paying those EMIs. They're under loans now and paying rent of their own house that they're living in. And no home to show really. And they've been struggling for years, and finally this case has been handed over to the CBI. The CBI has already done its investigation primarily, and now additionally, apart from the 22 cases filed earlier, another 6 the Supreme Court has directed the CBI to file. In fact, the bench, including Justices Suryakant, Ujjal Bhuyan and N. Koteshwar Singh, have noted that 8 lenders and home financiers were named in amicus Rajiv Jain's report. And those include, I'm going to list them, India Bulls Housing Finance, PNB Housing Finance, Diwan Housing Finance, HDFC, ICICI Bank, L&T Housing Finance, Aditya Birla Housing Finance and Yes Bank.
अब रेलवे भी मुंबई की रियल एस्टेट में उतर रहा है। महालक्ष्मी में 10,801 स्क्वायर मीटर का प्राइम लैंड को 99 साल के लीज पर देने का बड़ा टेंडर रेलवे ने निकाला है और रिजर्व प्राइस रखा है लगभग 1,000 करोड़ रुपए।
Like S.L. Birappa, eminent Kannada writer, Padmabhishan, died at 94. His Vanchavaruksha was epic.
Well-known Kannada writer S.L. Bhairappa passed away at a private hospital in Bengaluru on September 24, 2025. At 94, he was suffering from age-related ailments and was under treatment in the city for the past 3 months. Bhairappa was a recipient of Padma Bhushan, Padma Shri, Saraswati Samman, Sahitya Academy Awards among others. His first novel, Bhimakaya, was published in 1958. In a career as a writer spread over 6 decades, Bhairappa wrote 25 novels, the last being Uttarakanda, published in 2017. After Uttarakanda, he had announced his retirement from writing. His novels Parva, published in 1979, a retelling of Mahabharata, Vamshavriksha in 1965, and Grihabanga, which came out in 1970, are considered to be classics of Kannada literature. Several of his novels were adapted to film by B.V. Karand, Girish Karnad, Girish Kasaravalli, and T.N. Sitharam. These films became important films in the parallel cinema movement of India. In 2010, Bhairappa won the Saraswati Samman Award for his novel Mandra. In 2023, he was awarded the Padma Bhushan.
Like Mohanlal, 65, veteran Malayalam actor, is given Dada Saheb Phalke Award for Lifetime Achievement. Well-deserved recognition.
ये सम्मान श्री मोहनलाल जी को उनके शानदार योगदान, अद्भुत अभिनय और कला के लिए दिया जा रहा है, जिन्होंने सिनेमा को नया रूप दिया, कई कलाकारों को प्रेरित किया और खुद को एक महान कलाकार के रूप में साबित किया.
Like in commerce, Sunsex tumbled on H1B in tariff fears.
This is the Super 4 stage. Hello and welcome to the highlights of the 14th match of the Asia Cup 2025 played between arch rivals India and Pakistan in Dubai. The pitch looks hard and has a lot of cracks which will assist the spinners. Batting conditions will improve in the second innings. India's captain Suryakumar Yadav won the toss and decided to bowl first.
Oh, that's a clean strike. Clean as for 6. That's flicked away. India home and dry, 174 for 4. They win by 6 wickets. And they continue their domination over Pakistan in the T20 format of the game. It's the highest chase against Pakistan in T20 cricket. The previous highest, 160 at the G in the World Cup.
This is the summary. India winning the toss, electing to bowl first, and they were little loose in the beginning. Farhan scoring 58, 21 for Saim Ayub, Mohammad Nawaz 21. Pakistan could only manage 171. At one stage it seemed that might be a real fighting total, but the two opener, Abhishek and Gill, really broke the back in the first 10 overs. And a comfortable win by 6 wickets by India.
Former Pakistan cricketer Imran Khan brutally trolls PCB. He claims only way to beat India is only if Pak Army chief can bat. Former cricketer turned politician Imran Khan brutally trolled the Pakistan team for their back-to-back defeats to India in the Asia Cup 2025, and even gave a sarcastic method to beat the men in blue. Taking a jibe at Pakistan Cricket Board Chairman Mohsin Naqvi, jailed former cricketer turned politician Imran Khan has said that he, along with Army Chief Asim Munir, should bat as openers if they want to win a cricket match against India. These sarcastic comments by Khan have come after India comfortably defeated Pakistan in 2 matches in the ongoing Asia Cup being held in Dubai. The former Prime Minister's sister Alima Khan, while talking to reporters, said, Imran suggested that the only way to win a cricket match against India was if Army Chief General Munir and Pakistan Cricket Board Chairman Naqvi bat as openers, while umpires should be former Chief Justice of Pakistan Qazi Faiz Isa and Chief Election Commissioner of Pakistan Sikandar Sultan Raja. Imran Khan blames Naqvi for destroying Pakistani cricket with his incompetence and nepotism. India-Pakistan final in Asia Cup. Sky should live up to his statement. Like Dickie Bird, legendary cricket umpire, died aged 92. Rare to attain such status.
We've learnt the news that cricket legend Dickie Bird has died aged 92.
Now, he became one of the most famous umpires in the game after his playing career was cut short.
Yes, he officiated 66 tests and 76 one-day internationals, including 3 World Cup finals.
Like, Diljit Dosanjh has won International Emmy nomination as Best Actor for Chamkila.
Diljit Dosanjh has created history again with the actor-singer's performance in Imtiaz Ali's Amar Singh Chamkila, garnering him a Best Actor nomination in the International Emmy Awards 2025.
Lazy B. September 27, 2025.